We're really kind of slow or backwards to getting it. We had it when we lived in the States. We had Xbox when it first came out, the 360, and then we moved back here and we sold it, and then we just never got it again when we were here. Kinect came out and we were like, oh, that's kind of cool, but we're good, so we didn't get anything. And we just recently kind of went into the world of Xbox 360 again, and it's been kind of a good timing for us in the sense that it's totally dying out here. A lot of the stores have decided to no longer carry games, and you can't find software, you can't find the consoles. They're also doing a really good sale, like if you happen to be in Japan and you wanted a 360, they're doing some really good sales online. If you buy, you can get the 360 for a really good price. Even with a fairly large hard drive, you can still get a really good deal, much better than any of the prices in the States right now. So good pricing, because nobody can buy it, and the whole reason is because it's not because it's a bad system or anything like that. It's because nobody has room. We got the Kinect and we set it up, and I was just amazed by how huge of a space you need to be able to play this silly game. So we were kind of, we have a huge house, and we were able to, move everything out of the room essentially and just have an empty room, and we barely had enough space to have two people playing like the adventure game that comes with it. So we were really surprised by how big of a space you actually had to have. And knowing that, no one in Japan has that much space. There's, just a small handful of people that live in a place where they have that much room. Most people, if they're living, especially in the big cities in Tokyo, space is so limited. Places are very small. People live in smaller conditions, very smartly with, cool kinds of ways of organizing and rearranging space. But there's no way that they're going to have enough room to get the range that you need on one of those to get in there and be able to play. So, I think it's definitely something that they maybe thought about in the wrong way, because it's a really cool technology, but in terms of, being realistic about being to play it, you've got to be in the States where you have a giant basement and tons of room, and you can just whip it out, and you don't even need to move furniture because nobody's even in the space in the first place, It's a little unrealistic to expect people to completely move their entire living room just so that they can play a game. Nobody is going to do that more than once. So I'm not surprised it's not doing well here. It's not selling very well here, so they're kind of giving up on it in a lot of ways, and then waiting to see what's going to happen with the new console when it comes out and what might change. There's certainly some people that are really, interested in it, and they try to, they like the game titles that are available. Maybe they don't get the Kinect, those kinds of things. But, so all of that aside though, we totally think it's awesome. I'm sure it seems a little strange because we're totally late to the whole scene of getting the Kinect. It's been so much fun. We've been playing the adventure game that came with it, along with the dance game that we got, and we have that little, cute little tiger animal game that we're going to be giving my girls for Halloween, so I know they're going to look forward to that. Awesome stuff to look forward to for it. It's such a neat technology. I just wish it didn't take so much space. So I'd love to hear what you guys might have to say. I know a lot of people in Japan also complain about the fact that the controllers are just way too massive. They're not designed for people with smaller hands. Like, a lot of people in Japan have slightly smaller hands. So I don't know. You kind of wonder if they consider those kinds of things or not. And I think, as we go forward, I don't know what your guys' opinions are. I think the whole days of console gaming is just going to come to an end soon here, just because everybody's playing on their, iPads and iPhones and such, and no one wants to dish out $60 for a new game unless it's a really awesome, competitive, really well-designed title. Then I think, you still have room for those places. But the old days of everybody having, all three consoles and buying every game that got released, I think that's kind of over. So I'm going to be curious what you guys have to say about stuff. I know we're a huge gaming family. We love playing games. We have way too many consoles, and old consoles of the past. We have that old Game Boy that was like 3D. I don't even remember the name of that thing. We got that up in the attic. So we got everything. So so many different versions of Game Boy. It's kind of mind-boggling.